Alright guys, welcome back to Veterans View News Network. So tonight I'm going to be getting into my first weekly recap, where pretty much what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going back through my videos from the previous week, and I'm going to be doing just kind of a massive down and dirty. These are kind of the important things that were discussed, just in the event you guys don't have time to maybe watch each of those videos individually. So in the interest of time, let's just go ahead and jump right in. After you guys smash that like button though. So what we've got, the very first one I did, which was last Monday, was side hustles. Was focused on if you guys were collecting unemployment, or let's say your unemployment's still in that limbo status because your state has not figured out their head from their rear end and actually gotten your unemployment benefits going. Some quick, easy ways you guys could start making some income. And then obviously once your unemployment does come in, then you can claim that income, kind of offset it. But at least in the meantime, you have some income to buy food, whatever you may need for your household. Then moving after that one, the very next one was just covering Biden's plan for his first 100 days and his top 5 priorities that he is going to focus on. So, in terms of his top priority is the economy and taxes. So the economy, obviously, because of the pandemic, there are still, businesses all across the U.S. are still struggling, and so are individuals. And that was top of mind for him. Now, the second one he is most focused on is climate change. I don't know why climate change is necessarily that high on the list. But as we just saw within the last couple of days, he signed his executive order halting all construction of the Keystone Pipeline. Now, I don't have an opinion on that. You guys might. I'm just kind of stating he signed an executive order for that. We're still awaiting this future stimulus package that he said would happen immediately. So we're kind of seeing where his priorities are. Third one, immigration. We know immigration, huge issue across the U.S. Once again, I don't have an opinion on it. But it's something he is really honed in on and wants us to tackle. Now, I do know he just recently halted all construction of the border wall that was being built. So maybe that's kind of why that was one of the top priorities, is he could come in and halt that immediately just through executive order. I don't know. The fourth one is LGBTQ rights. So this is across the workplace. This is virtually anywhere that the LGBTQ community has been having issues with their rights either being violated because of the fact that they're LGBTQ, or that they are not getting rights that they should be getting because of that. And then the fifth one is the racial injustice. So that's obviously a huge topic, as we unfortunately have these police shootings and whatnot. It definitely draws, it really ignites a lot of people in the U.S. when these kind of things happen. So that's on the list as well. So then after that video, we went into mine and my wife's desire to move out of California. There are a ton of reasons why we want to move out of California. For anybody watching this video who lives in California, I'm sure you could name pretty much every single one that we want to name. For anybody who doesn't live in California, some big ones. Cost of living, probably absolutely number one for us. It's getting to the point, even if you make over $100,000 a year, which in the United States, if you make over $100,000 a year, you are in the top 10% of earners in the United States. So you mean to tell me somebody who's earning, like I was earning $120,000 a year, you tell me that I could make that, but because of taxes, because of home prices, because of the cost of everything, electric, water, gas, everything being more expensive, we were living well, but we weren't rich by any means. you take 120,000 a year and you go virtually any other state except maybe New York, you could do pretty well for yourself. Um, in California, those opportunities are just slowly diminishing. And with the pandemic, going the way it is, a lot of businesses are starting to realize they don't even need employees physically at the location anymore. You've got businesses that are moving their headquarters to other states. And these businesses who are realizing they don't need people in person anymore, they're saving money. And as a result of that, their employees can live elsewhere. They can probably pay their employees a little bit less because they don't have to live, in one of these really expensive cities in California. And that also, increases overall employee happiness. And it also expands their candidate pool for applicants because now you no longer need to live in one of these, tech-centered cities. So then after that, we went into Joe Biden's inauguration. And his inauguration, as we know, it was all over the news. Right after his inauguration, everything went off without anything going on. Right after his inauguration, he started signing some executive orders. Some of the ones like I previously discussed. And he talked about general ideas for a stimulus plan. Still don't have a bill yet. And then also with that, we had a switching. We had Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff get sworn into the Senate. Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue were out. So now, Democrats have control of the Senate. And Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell had to switch hats. Now we got Chuck Schumer, Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, Senate Minority Leader. After that, then we went into looking at, for us moving out of California, some states that we're looking at moving to. So we've got Idaho, Texas, and Tennessee. So this particular video was the pros and cons of moving to Idaho. There are quite a few. Idaho looks like a beautiful state. I've never been to Idaho. We've got some friends that have moved to Idaho that have said a lot of great things about that state. So definitely, if you guys want to find out more about Idaho, go ahead and check out that video. And I'll link each of these videos in the description box below. Then after that, we covered Biden's first few days in office. And it was full of executive orders that he was signing. It was also full of more talk, more proposed ideas for this stimulus package, but nothing in writing. And that's what's, frustrating people is he made this push immediately. Things will happen immediately. Day one, immediately. It's not happening so far. Now, I'm not necessarily blaming the guy. I mean, he's the president. There's so much going on. The issue I have, don't make those promises to begin with. Because you already have a lot of people that are pissed off. And also, not only that, you've got a lot of other YouTube channels who are talking about, stimulus packages coming next week. Just stand by and wait. They're coming next week. You're going to get your $1,400 plus this, plus that. That's not happened yet. We don't even have a bill yet. I'm sure they're discussing it, but I mean, until we see it in writing, it doesn't exist in my mind. Then after that, we went into Texas. So Texas being another state we want to move to, potentially. So we went into the pros and cons of moving to Texas. Texas is a beautiful state. I have actually lived in Texas. I've been through a good portion of the state. There are a lot of positives to moving to Texas. I know a lot of people leaving California are moving to Texas. So if you guys kind of want to figure out and learn more about why we're thinking of Texas, definitely check that video out. And then the last video I did was on kind of a new update that we have here in California is Gavin Newsom and the state legislature, along with the Franchise Tax Board, are looking at, well, not looking at, they've actually already got it written, it's just a matter of when it would take effect, they are going to do their own statewide stimulus check. So they still have a lot of funds remaining from the CARES Act, and they're decided, how can they help people? So for individuals who make less than 21,000 a year, and this is called the Golden State Stimulus, by the way. For people who make less than 21,000 a year, doesn't matter if you're single or married, dependents, you can get a minimum of $600. It's just a one-time payment, by the way, to a maximum of $1,200. Now, once again, that doesn't fix everybody's financial issues, but it's better than nothing. And then also, a little bit, it's starting to look like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is kind of jockeying and eyeing Chuck Schumer's Senate seat in New York. And as she continues to gain ground in New York and gain supporters, she's going to be able to apply a lot of pressure to Chuck Schumer to get him to start passing some more of these progressive ideas, or else he could potentially lose his seat. So we'll have to kind of see how that plays out as well. So with that, guys, I appreciate you taking the time to check out this video. As always, if you guys like this content, please hit the like button. That's the best thing you can do for a channel that's still slowly growing. It tells YouTube that I'm putting out content people want to watch and that people are interested in. And then YouTube slowly expands who they release my content to or make my content available to, so that they can also see this information. And then also, subscribe to my channel. As I'm growing, I'm going to be putting out as much useful content as I can. I actually should be getting my my community tab right here pretty soon, so I'm going to start releasing polls on my page that you guys can check out and respond to, just so I can kind of slowly kind of start to build that connection with you guys that are watching my videos. So with that, guys, as always, take care. I'll talk to you later.